G'day folks and welcome to the 2020 All Sports Physiotherapy Hospital Challenge Cup. We are coming to you live from David Wilson Field, the home of the East Tigers, as they play host to the Gallopers of Ashgrove. Both teams are coming off big wins against top opposition last weekend, and when coupled with the shortened season, as well as the fact that both the Cromwell Cup and the Bunter Bowl are on the line, you can expect today's fixture to be an absolute barn burner. Now remember folks, Queensland Rugby are proudly bringing you all 4 matches streamed live and free via Reds Rugby website. My name is Jay Staunton, and joining me in commentary today we have Olympic gold medalist and Aussie 7 superstar Alicia Quirk and former Brothers and Reds playmaker Dalla Murphy. Quirky, Dal, how are we?
Fantastic. Thanks, J-Ball.
Terrific, mate. What a day for rugby, hey?
I am absolutely pumped up. And talking about pumped up, Quirky, you're back in the commentator's box for your second shift. And there's an argument to be made that these are the top 2 sides in the competition in 2020. You must be absolutely fizzing for today's match.
I am absolutely pumped. I've heard the amount of banter this week coming from both teams, and I am just so excited to see the matchup out there. It's going to be an absolutely huge day, and whoever comes out on top will be the leader of the ladder board.
That's it. We can see Jeeps have taken the field. We're just waiting for the East Tigers to come out. Now we are actually going to have a moment's silence as both sides do line up, just in memory of Julie Law's former club manager unfortunately passing away. It is their first home game since. She was a massive part of the club and she will be sorely missed. Now, Dallin, I've just got to ask you, mate, in regards to the East Tigers, they're coming off a dominant win against the reigning premiers. What can we expect from them today?
I think it's a similar type of prospect as we discussed last week, J-Ball. They've got an excellent forward pack this year, led by the great man Ben Mowen. He's got them absolutely hustling and bustling in that forward pack. And in the back line, the return of Jack Frampton is going to give them a bit of spark. They're obviously partnered with Aiden Turr at the back. So I think from the east side, it's going to be absolutely excitement machine out there today.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic as we see Ben Mowen, as you said, Dow, you touched on it. He's a very experienced campaigner, the former Wallaby skipper, leading the boys out, coming back for another trundle. The man who came up with the Tiger for Life motto that rings so true here at Tigerland is back in the club mixer. Now, as we said, we are going to have a moment's silence.
Devotion to the mighty Tigers, and for that we say a huge thank you, Julie, and may you rest in. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Very touching stuff. The Laws family is absolutely synonymous with the East Tigers, and Julie was the matriarch of that family and a huge part of Tigerland, unfortunately passing away earlier this year. So it's great to see both sides showing their respects. And we've got word that Jeeps won the toss and have elected to run, receive and run, right to left on your screen. So we are moments away. Referee Brett Cronin about to blow the P out of that whistle and get this round 4 fixture between the Tigers and the Gallopers underway. And a little bit of trickery there. We see Dylan Tycato Simpson copping the pill to go back the other way, but it's fielded well there by Teller. Big shot coming in, George Francis, nice and early. And there's a charge down, Ben Mowen cleans it up, puts out the arm, stiffs arm shot on Canton, try time, 20 seconds in. Ben Mowen picks up a bit of meat. And that is the start the Tigers would have been chasing.
If that doesn't send a message to Jeeps, then I don't know what does.
Absolutely massive there. He's just the beneficiary, Ben Mowen, but that is just good eyes up footy there from the Tigers. And And I don't think anybody would have picked a try 20 seconds in, that's for sure.
It's going to be the fastest try of all time, nearly. It's a big Georgie Francis there, but it's this man here. Mitch Schneider. And Benny Moen, as you said, was just right man at the right spot, crushing over. To get the first points on the board for the East Tigers.
Yeah, no chance there. Joshy Collins and Jono Kent coming in. Collectively weigh about the size of one leg of Ben Moen, so good start there from the Tigers, and you never know, that could set the scene here at Tigerland, but you can't help but think that Jeeps are going to bounce back very quickly from that.
Yeah, most certainly. Obviously, it's an excellent way to start the game. You'd imagine Jeeps will get this ball and utilise this wind that's at their back here and try and play some footy down in the other half.
And I think their clearance kicker will know to try not to kick over Mitch Snyder, who's nearly 10 foot tall. Again.
Yeah, funnily enough. Yeah, I can assure you, LV Prinsloo, coach of the Gallopers, he's a feisty bloke, and I'm sure he would have been letting them know as Pill steps up and strikes that one sweetly into the wind.
Great kick.
We saw him last week absolutely shoot the lights out in St. Lucia.
He's got a beautiful strike through with his kick. Match that nice sleek hairdo he's rocking as well.
He has hit him very, very sweetly the last couple of weeks. He's been working in the off-season and come out this year and been pretty successful so far.
And Teller now getting us underway. Opts to drill that one deep into the 22, and it's Ben Moen now who's spilt it. He's able to regather though, but there's the turnover. This could be the opportunity Jeeps need straight back off that early Tigers try, but it's been scrappy thus far. And it is, look, Dal, it is very, very windy today. It's blowing an absolute gale. Do you think, obviously, that's got to be a tactic?
Oh, absolutely, especially with Jeeps in this first half. They got the wind at their back, and it's a fair win there. It's going to be a huge part of this game. Running into the wind and exiting from their own half will be tough for Reece in this first 40 minutes.
This right here is what so many people are looking forward to today. Jeeps, their set piece, their scrum in particular, has been absolutely red hot for the better part of 5 or so years. And the Tigers, we saw last week, absolutely dismantle UQ.
Yeah, this is what I've come here for. Reece Van Neck said that scrum time is Tiger time for him. So it's huge. I want to see his impact in this first defensive scrum up against Jeeps and see if they can paint that dominant picture that they want to paint.
He's an absolute gun, old Reece Van No Neck, as he's known around the traps. He's a thick unit, and he has absolutely decimated opposition over the better part of the last 18 months or so, and really set himself up to be the premier tight head in the comp, arguably against the other one in Freddie Burke for Jeeps. So this is going to be a hell of a battle out here today. Yeah, referee Brett Cronin just blowing it up, looked like Van Neck. Binding on the shoulder there, not allowing Mossy Takiri to get his bind up. Mossy Takiri, we know, was the skipper of the Ashgrove First 15 a couple of years ago. We've got big raps on him, 138 kilos in schoolboy rugby. Starting to get a Guernsey here in Premier Grade full time this season. And there's some pressure coming in on the far side, but Jeep's able to get that ball back, and it's through Ratu Vio. Short ball finds Namalo. Kent finds Takiri. Milosevic is being an absolute nuisance at the breakdown. But Jeeps just going one out here, looking to retain possession. But that's the big man, Ben Moen. Great work there over the pill. Hell of a long way to go down to get on that pill, but just too strong over the ball.
And there wasn't that much defensive pressure from East there. I think Jeeps just played straight into their hands, going one off the ruck, and really were their own worst nightmare in their own 22 there. They were disappointed with that result.
Yeah, Jamie Rickward looked like he just missed the clean out there on Ben Moen, giving them the opportunity, but they're the chances they're going to have to take. But there it is right there. Toa caught that ball in the wind, but they're able to get the pill back now. And it's Pills at the back just taking his time. Opts to put that one on the toe. Leaves that one hanging, fielded well by Kent. Loopy pass. And the Tigers are absolutely swarming. There's the turnover. Smith dragged down just over halfway. Pills puts it on the toe again. Plenty of space back there, but Atunaisa gets back. Genya finds Rickward. Genya now wrapped up. Fred Futrell called offside. Jeez, it's been a frenetic pace this opening 7 minutes, hasn't it?
Certainly has, and East just making their presence known at the breakdown. They're absolutely everywhere. As you said, Milosevic before being an absolute pest, but there we saw like Benny Moen is absolutely all over the place as well.
And this will be the first line out of the day with these tricky conditions. Can't help but think they're going to be quick ones as much as possible. The two very big forward packs going toe-to-toe. Opting to go quick to the front through Rickward. And Atunaisa now breaks the first tackle of Gunn. Teller swinging it early. Canelio flick pass back in, finds John O'Kent, who gets it back to Teddy Teller, who's still going. Jeep's now starting to get a roll on. Vio. Kent steps into first receiver. Now Armo goes straight and hard into contact. Genya has to go digging. Finds Ratu Vio, slips it to Nick Richards. Short ball, Canelio taps it on. Collins. Picked up and pushed backwards. There's the quick pick and go through Kawayatha, but there's another turnover. And is that Eli Pills on the ball?
Smallest man on the field gets the biggest turnover.
Huge play there from the halfback. Massive work there from the Tigers. And that's 2 from 2 now. They've been able to snuff out this Jeeps attack.
Yeah, like Dale said, they're just really making their presence known, making it hard for Jeeps to get quick ball. They had some really good consistent attack. That's for the first time they've been able to build some phases, though, Jeeps down there. But East too good at the breakdown.
Yeah, the East back row, very experienced campaigners. Milosevic, Gunn and Moen.
We talked about the balance last week, Jable, and those three are just absolutely fantastic. The experience they have across all forms is just absolutely incredible.
Nasiata now finds Schneider at the front. Pills just wants to play it down the Gallopers end of the field. Shane Kennedy goes herring after it. Can't grab Josh Collins, but picked up and smoked by Michael Gunn. Reminiscent of his shot 7 years ago on Rod Davies. But Kennedy wants a taste as well. He's throwing shoulders too. The Tigers' defence with some serious sting in it. John O'Kent looks to get the hands free, but it's pushed back from the Tigers, and it's bumbling around all over the place now. And Brett Cronin still says, play on. So Jeeps now with the pill. Good carry there from Rickwood. Vio with another carry. Good strong run there now, Armo. Jeeps now bouncing down that far side to Keary, looking to play as a playmaker.
Been playing too much Wednesday misfit touch together.
And Asiata steps in, gets the ball away now. Smith drags that one back infield. And Kent just wants to hammer that back down.
That's going to roll.
And just took an ugly bounce, but just enough to roll. In goal there and dotted down by Frampton. But Jeeps, they've had all the territory but not too much possession. This Tigers defence is really holding them out well.
Absolutely, and with the wind at the back of this Jeep side, I think the more this East side can keep these guys out from scoring any points, the more positive energy they're going to take from that.
And there's the drop out there, bumbled a little bit by the pencil, wearing a headgear today. And moving into the second row, and Ben Moen might be all over that again. Wow. And there it is. 2 from 2, so accurate at the breakdown, and they have been an absolute nuisance, this East back row.
And you'd think that's something, Alicia, they've identified during the week is probably where they want to be, really present, especially against this Jeep side who rely on that quick ball and it's offload. That's how they kind of get a little bit of their momentum.
Yeah, they're really looking to slow down their continuity a lot, and it's really showing. Their 3 penalties they've got in turnovers now positive for them, and Jeeps just haven't got an answer at the minute for the homework that East have done against them.
And you hit the nail on the head there, Quirky. The homework, clearly they've identified that they can win that breakdown battle, and they're happy to let them trundle it up and contest at the breakdown, and scrappy stuff there in the line out. That wind is going to wreak absolute havoc there at the set piece. But they're able to get the ball back now. Kauyatha puts the shot on Moen. Loopy pill there. Smith picked up and dumped. The Tigers just continually working around the corner, looking to get as much out of the width of the field as possible. And there's Pill back inside from Taikato Simpson, but bundled into touch. They've looked good with ball in hand as well, haven't they, Dow?
Yeah, they certainly have. They're looking at a sharp outfit here today. They've come to play and obviously want to come away with the points.
There he is, the Burdekin Cane Toad himself, Shane Kennedy. Jeeps looking to go quick there at the line out. Finding Rickwood at the front. Rolling up towards the halfway. Another loopy pill. It'll be some meaty teller now. Put that one on the toe. Toa finds a bit of acreage, and they're going back and forth here. Teller's found plenty of space at the back. And it looks like that wind's held that one up well, and that's a Falcon. How good.
He hurt himself as well.
I'm a bit
He's
embarrassed.
more than anything else.
Stay down, pretend I'm injured until the embarrassment wears off.
Wait till the camera zooms in a little bit just to get off screen. Frampton finds Hayes with his first touch. Gunn gets the hands free, bobbles around, but able to get it back, and Josh Collins now with the intercept.
Oh.
And it was absolutely no stopping him.
No. Arguably the
chance in
fastest player in the whole comp.
Easily.
Yeah, you're never going to catch Josh Collins when he's in open space, but referee Brett Cronin just saying a knock on there when it bobbled around a little bit. So, absolutely massive let off there for the Tigers. And this front row battle is going to be absolutely massive here today. I think the 2 hookers, Nauamo and Asiata, arguably the 2 best in the competition. They're going to be absolutely going hell for leather at each other all day. And here comes the shunt. Cronin says play on. Kauyatha absolutely lights up Eli Pills. And Gunn's done well to get on that pill. Asiata. Short ball. The Tigers getting a roll on, but sloppy play there. Toa has to sprint back to pick that one up. Atunaissa's all over him. Goes down on the pill, lets him go straight over the top. Taikato Simpson now thinks he sees some space down that left-hand touch line.
Score the pass forward.
And that is a big call. Absolutely massive here for the Gallopers. Great opportunity.
It's come from the sideline touchy.
Yeah, it came from the AR on the far side, it looks like. He was straight on it, though. He's in a better position than us. With the Gallopers now, fantastic opportunity for them to pick up their first points of the day. It's been a tough couple scrums thus far in the opening stages. We saw the last one. Both sides came up with hands in the air, accusing the other of going down. But in and out quick there. Atunaisa, the Fijian freight train, with an early touch. Vio. Going quick here are the Gallopers. Inside the 5. Just a couple metres short now. Genya, great line there. Canelio. And that's exactly what LV Co would have been chasing. Great work there from Ashgrove.
And that's 2 weeks in a row now. We've seen that link between Nigel, Genya and Canelio, that hard running line. Just back on the angle. He can see Nigel gets out and just hits him straight on the chest. It's so hard to defend that close to the line.
Yeah, Canelio, former NRC representative, an absolute gun of a footy player. A big pickup to get him back in the 4060 mixer. He's an absolute weapon.
It was good to see Jeeps technically change up their ball carry there. They went from the typical long place back to just 3 consistent pick and drives in a row to get, like we said, those Ben Mowens and Milosevic out of the way of East's that breakdown, trying to be a pest, and it reaped rewards for them then. So it's good to see that they've changed up their tactics of attack to counteract that awesome breakdown work from East.
That's it, trying to just break that ad line so quick. And it worked a treat. 3 or 4 phases, and they've picked up their first 5-pointer and added the extras through the boot of Jono Kent. So 19 odd minutes in, and it is all drawn up here at David Wilson Field. And you can see the trees in the background absolutely blowing a gale out here. Taikato Simpson keeps that one short, but drills it out on the full. And there's that win we were just discussing. An absolute nuisance here today.
The idea is not bad when you've got those tall timbers coming through to chase, but that wind just pushed it back a little bit too far, and he couldn't get that regather that he was looking for.
Yeah, they love to try to play that short kickoff where they can get their tall timber up.
With a seven style restart.
Big time.
Contestable kick.
Yeah, well, East coach Moses Rauluni, we know how much he loves that expansive, high-tempo footy. And he loves to throw caution to the wind with a lot of his plays. So I think you're going to see a lot of that sort of play here today from the Tigers. But here comes the shunt on the far side, and there's penalty against the Mossy Takiri. Boring in. So there's the first scrum penalty of the day, and it's advantage Tigers.
Fred Burke is not happy.
Fred Burke is very rarely happy when that happens.
Look at him.
He seemed to be sweet taking on 3 blokes by himself. As Tom Christie always says, if you ask Fred Burke what position he plays scrum. That's how much
All
he
3
loves
across
it.
the front.
Wow, look at that wind.
Jeez. Just finding touch on this near side.
Slightly disappointing that there is a bit of wind for this top of the table clash. You kind of want to take the elements out of it and just see the purest of their football skills. But that's, if you're going to be the best, you've got to play in all terrains.
That's it. And Moen climbing high at the back. Hayes, good hard line. Oh, there's a hell of a clean out coming in from ruck to Vio. And there's the turnover. And it's the pencil to clean that one up. Great kick there, Nigel Genya. That is an absolute perler of a kick from the halfback.
Intelligent tactics, playing with that wind, kicking the ball downfield straight away off a box kick. This is the time when I am a fan of them, J-Ball, when they work.
When they work. Asiata with the throw. Uncontested there from Jeeps. Just backing their line out, having the Tigers try to work their way out deep inside their own 22. Short line, going quick to the front, Rickwood. And here we go, Ratu Vio brings Atuna Isa back under. Takes 3 blokes to bring him down. Jeeps now looking to play with a bit of width. Pass goes behind Kent. Strong running here from the Gallopers, but the Tigers up for it. Triple cutout finds Atuna Isa. Breaks 1, breaks 2. Oh, good shot coming in there, Milosevic on Nauamo. Takiri. Jeeps building phases well here. Kuriatha. The picking goes on, it seems. Jeeps can smell blood in the water. Just a couple meters short, sorry. Genya opts to go right. Jono Kent can't get the hands free, but they've got the advantage, and there's try time. Oh. And I think Brett Cronin just wants to have a quick yarn with his assistant referee on the far side.
First, and then a knock on from Green. Correct. So we're going to go back for a scrum here, Green ball. Correct. Sure. No try, knock on both ways. First by Gold, then by Green.
And no try there, you heard Brett Cronin saying knock on both ways. Pressure reliever there for the Tigers, but this was good composed footy here from the Gallopers.
Absolutely, it was the continuity, it was those pick and goes that really got them on the front foot here. And Nigel spots the space here on the right, gives the boys a bit of a one-on-one, and Jono Kent just unlucky not to get that pass away.
Yeah, you can see there, just bobbled a little bit, Teddy Teller, in picking that up. But it's going back and forth for the opening 25 minutes, and you can't help but think, Jeeps starting to maybe feel they're getting the ascendancy, but here comes scrum time. There's some serious pressure coming through. George Francis on that far side. Brett Cronin says, use it. Atuna Isa. Scrappy at the back, goes backwards, says Brett Cronin. Jeeps now, a metre out. Just short. Genya goes digging. Finds Burke. Looking to play tight here. But the Tigers' defence is up for it. Rickwood, good strong run there from the second rower. Genya finds Richards. It's Slippery Richards. Nick Richards goes over near the post. Seems to be slippery by name, slippery by nature.
I thought he was going to get held up then against the post, but he slipped his way through to put the ball down there for a great 5-pointer under the post.
Smart play there from the open side flanker using that post. To sneak a 5-pointer, but Jeeps, they're straight back in it now with a 5-point lead with a kick to come, and they're looking pretty bloody good.
Yeah, they're not looking too pretty. It's very straight, direct, off the ruck, but it's working. They've finally got the method that's counteracting the East breakdown, and they're just going hard.
Just
Ratu
brutal
Via
footy.
is honestly charging every second play, demanding the ball and just making such an impact through the middle of the field as well.
Yeah, he's got the number 8 jersey on this week. Big Ratu Vio, playing 6 a couple of weeks ago. You can see he's absolutely champing at the bit to get his hands on the pill as much as possible. But there it is, a 7-point lead in favour of the Gallopers out here at David Wilson Field. They've got the wind at their backs. It'll be interesting to see just how advantageous that could be for the Gallopers in this opening half. Frampton leaves that one hanging. Great kick. Picking up the scraps is Schneider. Oh, great pill there. Francis finds Asiata. Kariutha gets in there. Mossy Takiri now with the cutout. Rickward goes through. Jamie Rickward up over the halfway. Backs his way over. This is good looking footy here from the Gallopers.
Would have loved to have seen Rickward get that ball away. I reckon they had a 3-on-2 down the right-hand side.
Again, you see some space in behind and makes Pills play. That's bundled into touch on that far side. So the Jeeps now with the line-out throw on the Tigers 22. And they have got their tails up in a big way.
Certainly do. It's very similar to that first game we commentated, J-Ball, West v Jeeps. And West came out, we were absolutely all over them. Jeeps just got that momentum and they got the go forward and they just played simple, direct footy, and all of a sudden, that momentum changed. Certainly seems to be going the same way at this point.
Great throw there now, Armo. In these conditions, Futrell's looking to climb over the top. Unable to do so, and Atuna Issa steps into first receiver. He absolutely loves it, does the big man. Takes 3 blokes and about 10 seconds worth of work to bring him down. Still working down that far touch side. Rickward spills the beans. Picked up there by Moen and whipped back. And Frampton now puts that one on the toe. Referee Brett Cronin brings it back. Yeah, it looks like it might have just had a big look. I would have been having a huge look if I saw Ben Moe and George Francis lining me up.
Yeah, you don't blame him for the small handling error there.
No, not in the slightest.
Knowing you're running at a former Wallaby.
Been a good battle thus far at scrum time. Expect to see Jeeps really putting some pressure on here on the Tigers' feed.
Set.
Yeah, and you'd expect the defensive pressure from the outside backs as well to be really strong from Jeeps as they try and pressure East to kick out of their own half.
Genya goes past Pills. Referee Brett Cronin says it was all good.
Ball touched by Spectre, unfortunately. Comes out early and blocks the pass. Yeah, he didn't block for me. Didn't block for me. But fair. Yeah, fair. You okay?
Just rubbing on this.
Looks like someone's down.
All right, let's go. Time's on.
But straight back into it now. Teller finds Teller. Isolated, but does well to get that pill back. Richards. Michael, that is. Nelio looking to get that flick pass going. He's wrapped up by Gunn. Takiri. Hit hard by his opposite number, and Francis is all over that,
Okay.
but not supporting his
You're
body
in a
weight.
legal position there. except there's been a player taken off the and tackler not rolling, which allowed the turnover.
You could hear the East defence yelling out there, low chop, low chop. Obviously with that mindset of trying to get someone chopping low and then someone over the ball. And they got a good effective low tackle there, but the player that went for the ball just fell off his feet.
Tackler didn't roll, which allowed the turnover to happen.
But if they can stick to that mindset of just chopping low, getting people to the ground straight away, they'll have that chance to get themselves back into the game and get some more turnovers.
Yeah. No, you're in a legal position. There's a take off the ball.
And understanding points are going to be hard to come by here today. You'd have to think at David Wilson Field. Gallopers just looking to add the extras where they can. Kent off his trusty left boot. Does just that and sees it out to a 10-point lead. And with just a shade under 10 minutes to go here in the second half, the Tigers will look to get something to round out this first half. Frampton leaves that hanging a minute.
Back off green. Yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to play accidental there. It's gone to a player in front accidentally. Scrum.
Accidental offside call there from Cronin. So this could be the opportunity the Tigers desperately need.
I'll do the same for you, though.
What I'd like to see here is obviously it's a huge platform for this East side to enter the other half of Jeeps, but the last two times they've come down here, Alicia, they've kind of thrown the ball a little bit out. Just a little bit more momentum, take the ball into contact, be direct, build the phases, and then try and execute something from there.
Yeah, I agree. They've gone too wide too early when they've built no chance, no right to go forward. And when they played at the line in their own 22 a little bit earlier, they had some really brilliant offloads and they created some space and created some one-on-ones, and that's what they need to do in this part of the field as well. Just got to sort that big mess out in the middle before they can get going.
Those boys are thriving. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah, they're frothing it hard.
The battle.
They'll take dirt to the face all day if they get to just scrum after scrum after scrum.
There he is, the man known as Chodo Baggins. Copped a big old face full of sand there with the big man.
Maybe that's why I don't put my hand up to go on the scrum. I don't want a nickname like that.
I say it lovingly, of course. And East just looking to put some pressure on there. Look at Freddie Burke. Wasn't against Freddie Burke there, it was against the big man, Amosi Takiri.
That's 2-0 to East.
Oh, taking
scrum
points.
penalties.
Tough win.
So on my side, I had him stepping around the coming, and on your side, I just need to see you straight up and tight.
Yeah, right smile there from Fred Burke.
I guess either option there is quite tough, either kicking for the sideline and having to straight throw in these conditions, or trying to boot the hell out of it and trying to get it through the sticks right in front.
It's a tough kick for Eli. Obviously said, like as you said before, he's kicking very, very well, very clean, so hopefully he can knock this one over for his side.
Pills, 30 odd metres out, right in front, strikes that one well. And he knew it straight off the boot. And it's back to a 7-point ball game, just a shade under 5 minutes. And I think looking into the sun, running into this wind, being down only 7 points in the half, you'd have to be happy.
Absolutely over the moon, wouldn't you?
But still plenty of time to go here. We've seen the Gallopers, once they get a sniff, absolutely go hell for leather.
Ooh.
Good shot there, Rick Ward.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see East try and run at this
Oh,
occasion.
how about it?
If they don't get absolutely whaled.
The body slam.
Not now your feet. Good work.
And Pills just looking to get this one out of their own red zone. Gets good
Great
purchase on
kick.
it. But it's Ratu Vio now. Absolutely loves contact as the big man. Oh, short ball there to Kawayatha.
That's 3 metres forward.
Only went forward by about a couple metres.
3 metres and 3 rib shots I think he copped for his troubles as well.
Check this out. Gardouge. Jamie Rickward off the top rope. Love it.
That's a old school WWE move.
It's good
there.
stuff. I'm a big fan. But Ratu Vio, geez, he's been busy.
Got a big engine.
He's got a massive motor for a big man.
It's great to see.
But Reece Van Neck, you can't help but think he's going to be right up for this one. He's got the wood on Takiri thus far. Just bearing through there, setting a great platform for Pills at the back. Ugly Pill, but gobbled up by Smith. Gets up over the halfway. Frampton, Tower adds himself. Hit hard, Canelio. Good second effort on the ground from the experienced fullback. Asiata. Hard off the right foot. Toa, first receiver.
Oh.
Canelio puts a shot on Smith. Great leg drive from the centre. Getting up over halfway. This defensive line speed is huge from the Gallopers. And Richie Asiata didn't let go. No clear release.
Jeeps aren't giving them a sniff into half time. They were fronting up for that last minute of defence there.
They are fizzing hard for contact.
Whoa.
You're having nightmares about that guy coming at you. With a kick for touch. Just lost there, didn't reach. Just reached, it seems. No, it looks like Pills did put it down just before the line. This wind is just making it so difficult.
Oh,
Let the boys play. That
you
was
got to
awesome.
pay that, don't you? It's going backwards out of the hands.
It was Shane Kennedy, actually. But Jeeps now, 30 seconds to go in the first half here at David Wilson Field. And Jeeps with a loose head and feed. And a half arm awarded to the Gallopers. Vio with another carry. Looked like it might have been turned over. But they've still got the pill. And Jeeps just looking to go hard through the middle. Good line speed from the Tigers. And Gunn does well to get that pill back. But knocked on. And that is half-time here at Tigerland. An absolutely massive first half from both sides out here at David Wilson Field, but it sees the Gallopers up 17 points to 10. And Dow, it's been a brutal opening 40.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's been everywhere. It's been direct. It's been physical. We've seen a few mistakes here and there, but Jeeps were pretty dominant that first half. I just don't know if a 7-point lead is enough with the wind at the back.
No, I was just about to say, Quirky, you were saying the tactics involved. Tigers really did their homework on Jeeps, and it seems they've done it. Jeeps have done the same on the fly, really tightened it up, utilised the wind where they can, but they just want to go direct through the middle, and they got some serious pay out of it.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think it'll be, like Dale said, different this next half. I think Aiden and Pills, they're probably a bit more experienced and tactical kickers and be able to use that wind to their advantage. So I'm not sure if 7 points will be enough for Jeeps, but we'll have to wait till the next half to see.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm sure both Mudge and Elvie will be reading the riot act to both sides, getting them up for a big second half. Now, this year, the QAU has been rolling out the In Touch mental health program in Clubland, which aims to upskill players, coaches and volunteers at each club in Queensland with mental health first aid training. UQ is one club that have embraced the program, and the club now has mental health first aid officers in place to support their players, staff and supporters. Let's take a look.
I suppose being attached to a university, we have a lot of young men and women that are coming out of school, and now they're having to deal with juggling university, work, their rugby, sporting commitments, their other life commitments. And I suppose having this mental health first aid training, we're able to maybe pick up on it a little bit earlier, give them that conversation, or just point them in the right direction.
At the end of last season, I actually got an injury myself from playing rugby, and found that my own mental health kind of deteriorated. And I sort of thought, well, I'm not alone here. There must be so many other people in this club and just in rugby in general who have found themselves in that position. And we finally have a bit of a solution for it. So I thought, yep, definitely want to get involved.
Mental health first aid is for everyone, and especially in the rugby clubs right now, I think it's really important that as a community we come together and support each other, especially through these times which are about COVID and about physical distancing. I think it's super important given some of the issues that are rising up in clubs, definitely around mental health, and it's about empowering people by giving them the knowledge and the ability to approach each other and support each other moving forward.
Some of the key things are probably, it's all well and good saying, hey, like, are you okay? But the conversation needs to go a little bit further than that. I think whereas before I tended to listen a little bit, but probably talk over the top of other people once we've had a bit of a chat. Whereas now I definitely stop and listen specifically for certain keywords or phrases that we've now been taught. That could be signs of mental health issues, and then again giving the right advice towards that.
What I took most from the training, especially from my role as rugby coordinator within the club, is that we're always so concerned about our players' physical well-being and what they're doing on the field. I suppose it really just changed my perspective and made me think about the fact that sometimes these players can be dealing with things that maybe we can't see and that we need to be aware of so that they can perform then off the field as well.
Yes, welcome back, folks, to David Wilson Field, the home of the East Tigers, as they play host to the Gallopers for this round 4 fixture of the 2020 All Sports Physiotherapy Hospital Challenge Cup. Now, we can see here the score, 17 points to 10 in favour of Jeeps. Now, around the grounds, we are getting word. So, at Brothers at Crosby, 22 points to 10 over Bond University at half-time. I'm sure Anthony Matheson, they've been a bit shaky early on in the season. That's the sort of lead they would have been really looking for going into the half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be pumped with that. Obviously, they had a bit of a shaky start to the year, 1-1, so they'll be pumped to kind of come away with a win there.
And then out at Old Mac Oval, this one right here, your crew, Quirky.
Huge.
The Dragons up 14 points to 5 over UQ. That is absolutely crazy. Very few people would have picked that.
I think maybe Tommy heard that I backed against him, and so he's fired up, and he's got the bank boys. Sorry, Foles, but I hope they run over the top of you again in the second half.
And then out at Hugh Courtney, Norths 17, West 17. I've been saying all week, we spoke about it on the Club Rugby Collective podcast earlier this week, Quirky, that, you know, I'm a doggy myself, but Norths are always their bogey side, and there's no reason why Norths couldn't polish them off today, and 17 points apiece going into the half shows they're right up for it.
Yeah, most definitely. You said that they always struggle against Norths, especially when they go there. It's something that's just a mindset thing for the doggies against them, and hopefully they can, you know, had a bit of a half-time pump-up, charge up, rev up, and come back out and get over the top of them.
Yeah, two very similar sides, both rebuilding, getting some new players, recruiting hard. Even Pat Byron, who was the Doggies coach for the better part of close to a decade, is now the director of rugby over at North. So a lot of synergy and similarities between the two sides, and reflected in their half-time score of 17 points apiece. But back here, David Wilson Field, for this absolute belter of a match between the Tigers and the Gallopers. As we said, 17 points plays, 10 in favour of Jeeps, but they did have that strong breeze as well as the sun at their back in that first half. So, Dow, do you think that's going to play a part in this back 40?
Wholeheartedly. I think that's going to play a massive part. I think if East can play the game down in Jeeps' half, I think they'll run over the top of this Jeeps side.
And Quirky, we were saying off air that the Tigers just had no territory, but they're only 7 points down. They'll be right up for it now.
Yeah, they'll take positivity out of that. They won't go into this half thinking that they're losing. They'll think they're in an advantage position now with that wind, and they'll be fired up, ready to go to finish off the win at home, I reckon.
And there we have it right there. Pills just straight off that first ruck, looking to put it in the air. Expect to see a few bombs come up. But Canelio now off the right, finds a bit of space, lobs that one up. The pencil gets his hands free. Now Armo. Great play here. Interchange of passing from the Gallopers forwards. Getting up over the east 10-metre line. Looking dangerous already. Again, puts that one on the toe. But Pills does well to get back there, and Toa just absolutely snots that one deep.
He's dangerous, isn't he?
Oh.
He's absolutely dangerous. He's been everywhere. He was everywhere last week. This week again, he's just been hungry for the ball, and he's ready to make an impact.
And Jeeps with the throw on their own 10. Tigers looking to put some serious pressure on, and Gunn cleans up at the back. But he's isolated, and great turnover there. Great work there from the Gallopers. It was a bit dicey early on. But Kawiafa does well over the ball. And they've got a good bench to the Gallopers. We saw Bernard Nickel there. Arguably, I thought was probably close to the best player in the competition last weekend, and now he's riding pine. That goes to show just how much depth Jeeps do have. Schneider, an absolute pest at the front there, but Jeeps do well to get the pill back. Rickwood with the carry up over halfway. Jeeps still looking to play tight. aren't afraid to go inch by inch. Now they play with a bit of width. Samiti Teller. Canelio off the right foot again, breaks the tackle of Milosevic.
So evasive with that right foot step.
And so strong in contact, the big outside centre. Jeep's building phases brilliantly here. Atunaisa gets absolutely pumped by Schneider.
Ooh.
And Moen gets planted by Ratu Vio. Now Jeeps play with a bit of width. Teller.
Tackle release, no hands, 8. Off the foot.
Scrappy at the back, and there's the turnover. Pills plays territory, but has he cooked that one? He has.
Oh, he has.
And it's Moen again. Jeez, he's good.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that ball go wide. Josh Collins was down the sideline by himself. I think there was one East player defending, but they played right into their hands, and East another brilliant turnover.
Now Armo gets flipped. But they've got the penalty advantage now. Teller finds that man Collins. Drops that one over the shoulder. Atunaisa now. Oh, George Francis has absolutely lit him up.
Yep, I totally agree with you that he slipped. But the ball
Wow.
got a grass cutter over here as well. So, high tackle, grass cutter. Let's just get our foul play out. So there's no arms. Okay. Hey,
And Brett Cronin there saying no arms.
What about this contact?
So we've got a penalty up here for no arms. We've got one over
And
here.
here he comes right here. Waboosh.
Yep. Reason why that's not a yellow card.
That's no mean feat either. He's
No.
a big man.
He is a very large unit, big George Francis, but it looked like Atunaisa sort of fell into the contact there. Probably the only thing that's saving George Francis.
Yeah, Mark's up here. So, number 5, no arms in the tackle.
Atunoisa is the winger I see in the middle of the field the most in this whole competition. Besides Marika Korobidi, he plays for the Rebels.
Loves coming in that first receiver role.
He loves it. He's in the middle, and that's what you get for your troubles running into front rowers.
Former Wallaby vice captain Samu Karevi running water here for Jeeps today. And Asiata's all over that. Asiata and Francis. Good luck shifting those two.
Not releasing.
That was straight on that.
And now Armo isolated, 2 huge blocks of granite just sitting right on top of him.
Old Slippery was just completely ineffective there.
Down about 250 kilos on him.
He's good, but he's not that good.
No. Very few people are.
He tried. I think he was having a chat to the ref even too, being like, what did I do wrong?
Asiata, good pill to the
out.
middle of the line out.
Thank you.
Oh, and Smith's put that ball down. It's been scrappy early on from the Tigers coming out of the blocks in this second half.
It's disappointing because they haven't had much possession, but when they are getting it, they are just turning it over, and they're not used to having that ball in hand and playing that direct footy either. So they really need to build some consistency and just hold on to the pill.
Absolutely, and I think that's what's happened in the first half as well. Every time they got the ball, they turned it over. They've had no continuity today. I'd like to see them just hold on to the ball, be a little bit more direct and play some footy.
But it's scrum time now.
Crouch. Bind.
And you know both sides are right up for it.
Set. Steady.
It looks like Junior Rastalia has taken the field, no number for the Gallopers. So not a bad sub. Being able to bring the former Aussie Sevens representative on. Getting an early touch. Oh.
Had How'd you feel?
And Dylan Taikato Simpson almost gobbles that one up.
I had covered offence. I don't think there was any deliberate malice down, but he just wasn't in a realistic position. So it's going to be a penalty. Okay. Not a realistic position. There was clearly cover, penalty only.
Yeah, the call coming in from the touchy here. Oh. God, if he gets that one, it is lights out. He is lightning is Dylan Taikato Simpson. But Jeeps now, good opportunity.
Fantastic kick there by Teddy Teller.
Into the win.
This is the first time anyone's been in that attacking 22 besides the charge down in the first 20 seconds. So it's been a long time since we've been down this end of the field.
It's exciting. Ugly pill there. Breakdown of communication from Jeeps. And Frampton
No, stay out.
cleans up the scraps. Taikato Simpson puts that one on the outside of the shoe. Doesn't get much distance on it. The Jeeps now with another opportunity.
Yeah, they've dropped someone
Difficult
out.
kick for right footer coming round to this left side. He's very square on.
Yeah. Very difficult. He's done well to get where he did. Pressure coming in hard there. Teller. Oh, Ratu Vio. Passes it straight to Matt Smith, but he's isolated. The Tigers get there in time. And Frampton now hammers the torpedo bomb. Put down by the pencil, but picked up by Atuna Issa. Gets up to his own 10-metre line. Richards. Oh, hit hard from Moen. Russalia, Canelio gets on the outside.
Stay on side, stay on.
Kent stepping in. Oh,
Oh, that didn't
looked
look-
ugly there from Jono Kent, but he seems to be all right.
Well, the physio and me took a little breath as he got bent over backwards there. You never like seeing a player in that position.
Yeah, you held yourself together well there, Quirky.
As we see here.
Oh, lucky he's a flexible bloke.
The rubber band man.
Hey, gents, that's the standard moving forward.
There he is, Arbele Atunaisa, having one of many Souths Magpies having made the shift over to Yoku Road in the off-season. He's built like a hooker.
Maybe why he
a
likes
fit
to go direct in the middle of the field.
He's been pretty well contained, though, today by the East Tigers. I think they've done well. They've chopped him low, and they've got a lot of the boys coming over the top to contain him.
Yeah, definitely, because he's had a lot of ball in hand and a lot of carries, but he hasn't made that much ad line or that many line breaks as well.
But there's penalty advantage for the Tigers.
Got penalty advantage tonight.
Smith with another carry. Frampton
15's offside.
looking to
no
bring
mark.
rain with that one. But they had that penalty advantage. You can see already Jack Frampton's opted to go for 2 torpedo bombs. Clearly,
Thanks, mate.
Moses Rauluni, their coach, would have just said, let's bring rain with it and really put them under pressure.
And I think so. Like I think you bring this win into it as much as possible. You bring that extra factor and you make it as difficult for Jeeps as possible to get out of their own zone. It's a huge opportunity now for East just to take a big deep breath, relax, get the ball down into this 22 and just play some footy.
Speaking about well-known water boys, the Tigers have Ed Quirk running water for the boys out there today as well. Known as the Abattoir, apparently. That's what I've been told.
Ed Quirk.
Yep, son of a butcher.
That's my cousin talking about.
Oh, bless him. I'm a big fan. I got to say that because he's humongous and he'll do anything otherwise.
No, he's my pretend cousin. We call each other cuzzies, but we're no way related. There's no one in my family with red hair.
Now, while we've got a bit of a break in play, we want to give a very special mention to the major sponsors, both of Jeeps Rugby Club, Height for Hire, and the Cromwell Property Group, the major sponsor of East Rugby Club, for their long-term support of the respective clubs and grassroots rugby as a whole. And there he is, Samu Krebi. Gee whiz, it'd be good to have him running around with the boys again, wouldn't it?
Yeah, hinging. So it's a penalty. Just back 10. Sorry. It'll be just here on the 5. Rightio, time's back on.
But penalty advantage here in favour of the Tigers.
I was going to say, I think one of the benefits of COVID is how much club rugby has been put to the forefront of Australian rugby at the minute. And it's great to see some of those international players coming back and giving back to their clubs that have given them so much. So I think that's a real positive for the club community and why probably this competition, Hospital Cup, is doing so well.
100%.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely massive. And you see guys coming back like Ben Moe and Aiden Tyler, these guys who genuinely care about the club and genuinely want to be back here. It's a massive difference.
And speaking of Moen at the back of this maul, they are rolling up with ease. More pressure coming through now from Jeeps. And it's George Francis at the back. Pills calls for it. Smith with another carry. Hard into contact. Canelio's gone straight over there. And Pills will look to go quick here.
13.
You take the points, don't you?
Just be careful of your entry there. Just be careful of your entry there.
Be interesting to see what they do here. You'd think so. They've opted to do just that. Points are at a premium here today. So I'll be looking to rack them up as much and as easily as possible.
Especially with Pills' boot and how well he's kicking. It'd be silly not to when you get down this end of the field.
Well, we've seen Eli Pills on so many occasions absolutely ice teams after the siren. In fact, did Jeeps dirty last year in the correspondent fixture here at David Wilson Field after the siren in the pouring rain. So his cucumber boy here is cool, as is Eli Pills. And adds the extras there. Sees that lead draw in to simply 4 points in the 52nd minute.
Yeah, sure. That was pretty clear.
And the Tigers now receiving this kickoff will look to work their way back up to the Gallopers end of the field. Teller absolutely smashes that one, but the wind holds it up well. And it's anyone's game, but it's Vio that cleans it up inside his own half. Here come Jeeps with a bit of width, and here comes Richie Asiata with a bit of thickness, absolutely smashing him. And here he comes again, Richie. He's up for it. Cleaning out his own player as well, big Asiata. And Atunaisa gets picked up and dumped by Schneider.
They've had a sniff now, East. They're back in the hunt, and you can see that defensive efforts. They're up for it.
Good ball there. Takiri finds Kent. Good shot. Low chop there. Milosevic on Kawiyatha. Geez, they're both smashing each other out there.
Let it come. Let it go. Okay.
Richards hit hard by Gunn. And Gunn's all over that.
Oh.
No clear release. No, offside.
On the 50, thank you. 5 goals.
That was a fiery couple of minutes.
Wasn't it? All led by Richie Asiata.
Yeah, wasn't he fantastic?
Oh,
2 shots back to back.
He was chasing anyone down that left-hand wing. I love when you see a hooker on a wing ready to smash the opposition wingers.
Hey, Michael.
Good kick there, Teller. Getting it about 30-odd metres out. So Jeeps with a good opportunity here to extend their lead. Tough going, looking into the sun and running into that wind.
Hey, gents. That's much better. You there. You hold here.
But they've got some big bodies in the back line. Kawiyatha, Vio and Junior Rasalia. I think you're going to see all three of them look to get their hands on it here.
Yeah, turnover's good.
Great turnover there. Smith now. Hayes. Up over the halfway. And put down there by Milosevic. He'll be filthy. They've been their own worst enemy in the opening 16 minutes of this second half.
Absolutely. They've had some prime position here to really launch an attack. But just a simple mistake. It's a great ball out in front by Eli Pills. And just too simple.
I'll deal with it if you lead it.
And Jeets were found wandering in that 3 position there as well. You can't help but think Milosevic might have gone straight through there. We saw him last week. His line running off the halfback was absolutely sublime.
Yeah, I think both him and Ben Mullen were through holes then.
Big
So
time.
they would have both been on if they were able to hold on to that ball.
Bind. Yep. Fair point, except we've got head on head over here.
And still
Hey,
creeping up into that final quarter, still the same.
let's keep that standard, okay?
Forward packs for both sides out there. Clearly both coaches, LV and Mudge, are both looking to keep their best players out there as much as possible.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Genya with the feed, direct on halfway. Just putting that one on the toe.
Backwards off goal.
Could be
Back
anyone's
on goal
ball
again.
out there.
Hold on.
But it's come back for Toa. Puts that one on the outside of the left boot.
Great kick.
Brilliant kick there, Aiden Toa.
Fantastic.
Kick, Dossie.
Now they've just got to be patient here. Get the line out, set it straight.
Kawiyatha's down in the back field. And referee blows time off here. And while we've got a bit of a break, we want to give a very special thank you to All Sports Physiotherapy, the competition naming rights partner for 2020, for their ongoing support of grassroots rugby in Queensland. And remember, folks, Queensland Rugby is bringing Premier Rugby fans all 4 games live and free in 2020. So if you want to check out one of the other 3 matches, head to the QPR live stream hub at queensland.rugby. It looks like Kawiyatha's back up to his feet now.
Radio. Time's on.
Richards, good take at the top of the jump there. Teller.
Carry back.
Rasalia puts that one on the toe. Toa fields it. Kennedy, good defensive line from Jeeps. And Pill's just looking to turn them around. And that's an absolute perler of a kick once again from the Tigers. You can see they're just looking to play territory and utilise this win.
That's what we spoke about at halftime. Pills and Aiden Toa, 2 fantastic kicks. And they were going to be the keys in directing this Tigers team downfield, and they've been so successful so far.
And Kent, plenty of pressure coming through from the Tigers on that line out. Jeeps just taking their time. Oh, great tackle there, Michael Gunn.
Wow.
And that's try time. That's Milosevic, is it? It is. Tom Milosevic has gone straight through.
That's the definition of something out of nothing.
So the ball was out, I think, at the base of the ruck there. And he's seen Liam Wright a couple of weeks ago do it for the Queensland Reds. And he's come away with the chocolates.
But it's this shot here, Michael Gunn.
Bang.
Bus picked up and dumped a hooker of all people. And Milosevic has literally just walked around and dotted it down.
Smart play. Extremely smart play by Milo there.
And just like that, East have got the lead with a kick to come.
That is incredible. I have not seen that before. I miss Fridays doing it for the Reds. I'm gobsmacked. And highly impressed.
For anyone playing at home, once the try line is there, that is the base of the ruck. So no last man's feet when it does get to that try line. So Tom Milosevic, eyes up footy, saw the opportunity to walk around and dot that one down. And Eli Peels, oh baby.
Don't you love that?
Oh,
take a bow.
He knows what he's doing, does Eli Peels.
I thought he'd sprayed it for a second, but beautifully waited to come back around to the right. Put his team in front. 3 crucial points.
That is absolutely huge.
Ahead.
Look at this. Too easy.
Never looked like missing.
Nah. He turned and ran away straight away. He's a cool, calm, collected bloke as Eli Peels. Teller gets that one to hang in the wind again. And Milosevic fields that well, but is hit hard for his troubles. And Toa, wobbly kick downfield. Finds Teller, sings it back in, finds Kent. Opts to keep that one low. And here he comes, Chodo Bagan. Run, boy. Breaks the tackle of Nauamo. And Kent. Great run there from Reese Van Neck. And now Pills just looks to find territory once again.
It's a good bounce.
Good bounce there. Collins. Plenty of hang time on that kick. Doesn't get too much purchase on it. And the Tigers now. Bludger of a kick there from John O'Kent. Straight to the guts.
Poetry in motion, this is.
How's the goosey? Oh, can do it all, Reese Van Neck. Bless him. Good line out there from the Tigers. Schneider climbing high, and they're well set up here. And they are trundling up. Asiata at the back, Moen at the front. Penalty advantage, short ball. No, Eli Pills goes straight through. Jinx off the right.
They have got some fire in their bellies.
And they are frothing at the Tigers. They are right up for this one, the Tigers.
And there was this excellent platform here. What a maul. Led by the great man at the front, Ben Mullen. And Eli Pills knows he has advantage. Eyes up footy. Throws the dummy straight through.
Smart play there from Matt Smith as well, knowing that if he comes in, gives him that option.
Aren't they happy?
They are chuffed. Absolutely loving it.
Matt Smith wouldn't mind that he dummied to him as soon as he scores it.
Oh, mate, he has
As he
been
scored
lit up
it.
all day, and I think it was Rassalia lining up on him as well. And he adds the extras. Does Eli Pills. Look like he might have dragged it a little bit, but just sneaks it in. So a 10-point lead just like that.
We said earlier we didn't know if 7 points was going to be enough, and it's proving not to be at this point in time for Jeeps, with that wind really keeping them down in their own defensive end and them really struggling to execute out of their own half.
It looks like John O'Kent has been hooked as well.
It's a good kick.
Contestable stuff there.
Oh.
Contest in the air.
I don't know what's happened there, but it looks like Shane Kennedy might have copped it right in the Jats crackers.
I think, yeah, he certainly has.
Oh.
It was a good contest. Both went up for eyes on ball, but I think strained knee might have got him.
Oh, geez.
I had a good contest in the ball went out.
Climbing high there. Oh, Mushka. Oh,
So ball's gone out. Jeez, ball. Yeah, absolutely.
That'll hurt.
Yeah, you'll be feeling that one right in your guts.
Poor guy, still down.
That's the sort of thing that takes your breath away. Straight up. In all seriousness, though, I do hope he is okay. Anguished look on his face.
He will be in a world of hurt.
Oh, big time. I think even his ancestors would have been feeling that one.
Yeah, you're fine. Take your time. Let him get his breath back.
Now, while we got a bit of a stoppage here, we might actually just go around the grounds really quick and give you a quick update on some of the scores out there. And they've clawed the score back, 39 points to 29. Brothers over Bond. And unexpectedly, 24 points plays 17 at Old Mac Oval in favour of the Dragons. So that was actually 24-7, only about 5 minutes to go. So UQ might be coming back. And then at Norths, 24 points plays 17. The Eagles over the Doggies. So tough fixtures across the board.
Come on, Sonny Bank.
In round 4 of the 2020 All Sports Physiotherapy Hospital Challenge Cup. But out here at David Wilson Field, it's Jeeps now, playing with a bit of flair.
Barnage, knock on.
Oh.
But it's turned over now and gobbled up by Smith. Another great kick there from the Tigers. Collins having to go back for that one, and Teller looking to run his way out of his own 22. Does well to break one and then get that offload away.
Oh.
Freddie Burke in space. Doesn't know what to do but finds Rick Ward, who just trundles it up towards the halfway. This is good stuff here from the Gallopers getting out of their own 22, but Mowen's hunting on that hard. Teller, cut out.
Good chop.
Finds Ratu Vio, and there's the knock on. And there's that pressure coming in from the Tigers. They are right up for it.
And hats off to Dylan Taikato Simpson there with an excellent low chop on Ratu V.
14 to go.
They're being their own worst enemies at the minute. Jeeps, they aren't able to build phases of consistency. They've had some beautiful offloads, but they're pushing it too much sometimes, and then they had the opportunity to give the offload, they're not giving it, and just a bit of miscommunication at the moment and a bit of frustration. I think they're probably trying a little bit too hard to get back into this game.
I don't think you can downplay the amount of pressure this win adds to a team. When you're trying to exit out of your own zone, you've got that win in your face, all of a sudden you've played a lot of footy down your own half. You start to do things a little bit uncharacteristic.
And it's exhausting as well. Absolutely exhausting. Very dry wind as well, so you know it's absolutely sapping him, but there is some pressure.
Take a bow. Look at him.
It is no mean feat doing that to Jeeps. Absolutely decimated them at scrum time. And that third half, they are right up for it.
Reece Van Neck is pumped. He was charging down that 40-metre line, eyeballing off Jeeps. He said he wanted to build consistency throughout the game and just absolutely dominate them, and I think that scrum is a reflection of that most definitely, and proving their point that they want to be the best scrummaging team in the competition.
Yeah, big George Francis here able to slip past Freddie Burke. Not many people could do that. That is brilliant scrummaging there from the Tigers. And it looks like there's been a sub. Looks like Johnny Downs has come on into the front row. And he's come on for Fred Burke. So Pills now with an opportunity to extend this lead. Steps up, strikes that well, and absolutely slots it.
Like a laser. It's pretty to watch, Eli Pills.
It's just like water off a duck's back for him.
Trots back, walking tall.
Too easy.
His boot has been very impressive today.
Moen claims that well.
Yeah, ball was out.
Charge down there, everybody on side. Oh, Kennedy nearly gobbles that one up, but Ratu Vio's got it now.
I'd love to see him get a meat pie for his efforts or a
Oh,
break
and
through
Moen
the
and
field.
Gunn.
Benny Moen all over that ball again. Excellent turnover. That must be his 4th or 5th of the game.
He's
Wouldn't
been
be
great on
surprised if
the
Ben Moen goes on to some top grade footy, hey?
higher honours.
Sign that kid up. He's pretty good.
He's been great in the air on the restart too. The restart pod's been good, and I know if I was Jeeps, I probably would be kicking away from that as much as possible. Most experience in the air out of anyone, I would say.
It's almost as if he's a former Wallaby captain. Funny that.
Looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. But he's marshalling the troops brilliantly, is Ben Moen. But Jeeps now with an opportunity. Rusalea looking to play with some width. Atunaisa now on this near touchline. Bangs it off the right foot. Brought down well there by Pills. Great line there, Richards. Vio with another carry. Offloads, finds Canelio. Vio again. Jeeps building phases brilliantly here. But Moen's all over that again. Penalty advantage. Jeeps still with that penalty advantage. The Tigers D stepping up hard here. Looking to slow the ball down. We're blown back for that penalty. And Richards saying to go for the touchline. Backing their line out, and you'd have to say they're maul from here.
Absolutely. Huge opportunity for them.
Yeah, not every day a team goes toe-to-toe with the Gallopers and puts strong pressure on their set piece, but Jeeps still backing themselves in.
Let him down first as well.
Brickwood at the front, well set up here. Now Armo at the back, just taking their time, shearing to the right. Now Armo still at the back. And that's try time! Molly Armo. Just what the doctor ordered.
Hey, no, not the time for it.
I think Pills ended up underneath that. That was well formed, well set up. Great patience from Jeeps and really hard to stop there.
That's right, Quirky. Very well set up and great patience there just to eke out and find the try line. You can see there now, Armo just getting it down.
Made hard work of it.
But Jeeps now with an opportunity to bring it to within 6. Ooh, but that wind you saw just there. Dragging that one to the left-hand side. So still an 8-point ball game.
It's a key moment in the game here. ECB looking to put the ball down into Jeeps' half, and Jeeps have to ensure they either exit really well or hold on to this pill and try not to give East any sort of a sniff down in their own half.
You think they'll go long off this one, make Jeeps work their way out of their own red zone. But looking to contest, and there's some pressure coming through. Luckily goes back for the Gallopers. And Jeeps now going through the motions, looking to work their way out of their own 22 in Collins. Collins finds Canelio. And Milosevic comes flying over the top. Great line there, Ratuvio. Jeeps now with a sniff. Downs.
This is what we
Absolutely
like to see. Some
marching
good
up
running
the field.
footy.
Koyatha gets the hands free. Bobbles around. Jeeps do well. Get that pill back to Kiri. Russell Eyre into first receiver.
Wow.
And it's Reece Van Neck. What can't this man do?
Oh, mate, hasn't he had a cracking game?
Renaissance man. Can do absolutely everything.
Jeeps are doing everything right there. Spreading the ball wide, straightening up, squaring off, offloading. And I just think that was probably the wrong option from the first receiver to step back in there instead of just playing that width again and retaining the ball. Just playing straight back into East's upper hand and letting them off the hook.
Yeah, that Hunt defender coming over and getting on that pill well. And Toa has absolutely smashed that. And that's a knock on, surely. Surely a knock on. But Brett Cronin says play on. Wow. Wow. A huge break here for Jeeps as they look to claw back this 8-point lead. Collins chasing after that one. Toa, great work to claim that.
Oh,
Kennedy,
oh,
back, out to Smith. Finds Pills. Finds Toa. Toa gets the hands free. It's bobbling around. It's still there. And it's try time for Matt Smith.
He came from nowhere to finish that.
And it's Matt Smith
holy. What a try.
who picks that one up here.
Aiden Toa does sensationally well to stay on his feet here, but it's here. Eli Pills has the nous to look up. There's space down on the right-hand side. Puts his man away here, but just from here, it's absolutely incredible. Smith back to Pills, who nearly goes through. Toa coming through the middle. And I think someone shins it here.
Smith does.
Smith.
And he gets there himself. Wow.
And it was in an inch of being dead too.
And to be fair, Brett Cronin did sensationally well to be right on top of that. That was incredible.
Surely that's the ball game. Back out to a 13-point lead now with a kick to come, the way that Eli Pills has been striking him. Can't help but think he should nail this one, but I'm sure I put the commentator's curse on him.
He put them on.
And he'll miss the first one of the day.
Sorry, Pillsy.
No, I'm
Gee,
backing
that was
him in here.
exciting to watch, though, that passage of play.
It's fantastic.
Good free-flowing footy.
As we said, the last 10 minutes, Alicia, have just been really kind of free-flowing. Jeeps have stood up, and then it's been back-to-back. That's what we want to see.
Oh, surely.
You've
Surely.
absolutely cooked him. You want to be happy, mate.
I owe him a beer big time. Sorry, Pillsy.
See again, just fantastic.
And the repeat efforts from Schmidt here. Smith, sorry, here is brilliant.
But that's it. You make your own luck.
Oh, fantastic.
And he's been able to just stay in the play there, keep himself relevant.
Benny Moen stepping up again for his team. Clean as you like in the air.
Jack Frampton during the week did call him the hype man of the team. I can see why. He's just massive. He's everywhere for them. Such a leader, inspirational with everything he does. I can see why East have had such a strong start to the year with his involvement.
Find me like Pills here. I'm trying to have a shot.
You reckon?
Mate, with that wind at your back, have a dig. Bit of practice.
Don't ask J-Ball, he'll back him out.
Yeah, I'm going to stay out of this one.
Aiden Toll's taking the ball and they're putting it down to the right-hand corner.
I like this. They are absolutely backing themselves, are the Tigers. And the Jeep Spence there looking pretty dejected. You saw Alex Casey, former South Magpie, has gone over to Yoku Road as well. So plenty of Magpies, former Magpies in this squad, but unable to get the buttered confection here today. It's been East Tigers going hell for leather in this second half. Unable to claim that one at the back is gun. So another opportunity here for the Gallopers coming out of their own 22. Canelio, great flick pass. Atunaisa up to the half. And another carry. Kauiafa. Offside there, Milosevic. And going really quick, Ratu Vio. Great run there, Vio. Vio!
Keep going.
Vio! Ratu Vio! That's brilliant work there from Ratu Vio.
I said earlier he deserves a meat pie for his efforts today, and so I'm glad he got one.
It's a fantastic run.
With a kick to come. Seems to be last play of the day as they are taking their time, unfortunately, for the Gallopers.
See the coaching staff in the background there from Jeeps, absolutely thrilled with that. But it seems to be just a little too late.
Yep, too little too late, unfortunately, for Jeeps. Out here at David Wilson Field. But a hell of a way to cap off what's been a hell of a game of Queensland Premier Rugby footy out here at Tigerland.
And Canelio, the outside centre for Jeeps as well, set the platform for that attacking opportunity. He's been incredible in those outside channels. He's brilliant inside ball offload.
There's that right foot step, which is absolutely ever present all day today.
He's been brilliant for Jeeps.
There was plenty of absolute superstars on show here today at Tigerland, but it sees the Tigers come away with a buttered confection. 35 points plays, 29 over the Gallopers. And guys, before the game, we were saying this is arguably the top two teams of the competition. Both very good at the set piece, very big up front. Love to sing it early in the backs, and you can see it right there. 35 points plays, 29. They went hell for leather through everything out there as they possibly could today, but Tigers, Dow, too good on the day.
Yeah, they were. I think that wind in the end played a massive part in this game. They had it in the back of their second half, but to their credit, they pulled themselves together. They had a few early, errors early on, but they came to this back half of this game and it absolutely was sensational.
And Quirky, you said in the first half the Tigers clearly did their homework. They were just grinding it out going into that wind, and then at half time, clearly they got the directive, put it on the toe, utilised the wind. Do you think maybe Jeeps, if they had their time again, might have actually tried to utilise it a bit more in that first half?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the Tigers were very intelligent in the way that they played the game. Mark Dowell said they had a few errors early on, but they reined that in and they really executed well. And we said earlier in the podcast this week, the teams are so tight across their set piece, and the one that makes the least amount of errors will probably win. So I think Jeeps will be haunting themselves from that charge down in the first 20 seconds with the 6-point loss after that. But it's going to be exciting next time they come up against each other. It'll be fiery as all hell.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be very, very spicy stuff. But on this occasion, it is the Tigers coming away with the goods and an absolute barn burner of a match here at David Wilson Field. But let's have a quick look forward to next weekend's fixtures before we see the two sides get their silverware. We've got the Doggies going toe-to-toe with Brothers at the Kennel. From all accounts, the Doggies are still down out at the nest. Look, unfortunately, I think the Brothers are going to be too good.
Yeah, absolutely. There'll be a bit of feeling there. The few Brothers players now over at the West Bulldogs, but
Carl Marshall as well.
Carl Marshall is the coach, and the Skeleton boys and Liam Lusher, but I just think Brothers will be too strong in that one.
And then down on the Gold Coast, Bond playing host to East. Quirky, I assume you're back and Bond in for that one.
As much as I would love to back Bond into that one, I think East might be too big, too strong, and too clinically, tactically to come over the top of Bond there.
And then down at Yoku Road, Jeeps playing host to the Dragons. Quirky, who are you backing in?
Well, after their efforts today, Sunnybank, I'd have to say, I would have to want to say them, but they did just narrowly fall short to UQ there. But yeah, I think Jeeps will bounce back quite strong after today's loss, and it could be a tightly contested match.
Yeah, 100%. And then down the bottom there, St. Lucia, UQ versus Souths. Look, UQ have been shaky. Good game last week against the Tigers in the wet and only just getting up from all accounts over the Dragons today. But Dow, you really back in this South side. You think they're going to knock off some top-tier comp?
Yeah, I do. I think they're young, they're hungry. They've obviously had a week off this week, although I think they'll be fresh. I'm really excited about that South side, and I'm going to go for a bit of an upset there and say South will knock off University next week.
Huge call. Well, back here at Tigerland, we can see the speeches going ahead as both the Cromwell Cup and Bunter Bowl were both on the line today, obviously both being claimed here by the East Tigers, getting up 35 points to 29. Quirky, Dow, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Jay Bohr. It's been great as always.
As a pleasure, mate. Fantastic day.
My name's Jay Bohr Staunton. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here at David Wilson Field for round 4 of the 2020 All Sports Physiotherapy Hospital Challenge Cup. Be sure to tune in next week for all the exciting action. Thank you very much and good night.